What does it mean to discover yourself? To discover yourself means to understand who God created you to be. Understanding your purpose, your values, your strengths, your standards, your visions for life. So it means, at this point, you ask yourself, who am I outside of relationships? What are my gifts? What is my calling? What vision has God placed inside me? And what makes me come alive? What breaks my heart? What kind of a woman, what kind of woman do I want to become? Now, the answers to these questions point you toward your God designed identity. So now let's look at the reason why many women lose themselves. Some women know everything about the man they want, but know nothing about themselves. They know the kind of husband, the one, the tall, the fair, handsome guy. They know the kind of husband they desire, their wedding plans, their dream relationship. But they do not know their purpose, emotional needs, callings, their strengths or standards. So when you do not know who you are, the loudest voice in your life will do what? Define you. People will tell you who to become, what to tolerate, what to live with, and what success should look like for you. And this is why many women lose themselves in relationships. They lose themselves in relationships, they lose themselves in friendship, they lose themselves in the society. What are the signs that you have not discovered yourself? Number one, you constantly seek validation. You need people's approval before feeling valuable. Number two, you tolerate unhealthy relationships because you do not know your worth. Number three, you constantly compare yourself with other women and feel threatened by their success or beauty. Nothing should threaten you because you are a special person. You do not know your purpose and live without direction. You do not know your purpose and you are living your life without direction. This is a sign that you've not discovered yourself. You change your personality to fit people and become whoever others want you to be. Then one important one that you should learn is you ignore your gifts because of fear or insecurity. So how do you now discover yourself as a woman? The number one way to discover yourself as a woman is to return to the God who created you. You cannot truly know yourself without knowing the one who created you. Many women search for identity in relationships, in social media, trends, men's opinion, and societal standards. But identity is discovered in God's presence. Spend time praying, studying the word, worshiping, and listening to God. Now, the closer you are to God, the clearer your destiny, will be open up to you. Your identity will become so clear. Number two, discover your purpose. Why were you born? Why did God create you? Ask yourself, why am I here in the first place? Why am I still alive? What burden do I carry? What problems do I feel called to solve? What passions keeps burning in my heart? Purpose is not only about ministry, it is about impacts. Your purpose may involve teaching, it may involve counseling, it may involve writing, it may involve business, leadership, helping women, raising children, or encouraging others. So a woman without purpose becomes easily distracted. She can just go to anywhere. Why? Because she doesn't know what she was born for. So identify your gifts. Number three, and strengths. What are your gifts? I have the gift of singing. I have the gift of writing. You know, I have strength in searching out information and learning new things. So every woman carries something valuable. You must discover your talents, your spiritual gifts, natural strengths, and abilities. Ask yourself, what do people naturally come to me for? What do I do effortlessly? What brings me joy? What impact do I make naturally? So women are gifted in communication, leadership, creativity. I'm very gifted in creativity, hospitality, encouragement, teaching, organization, and wisdom. So do not ignore your gifts because they look what ordinary. Now I want you to learn something. It is that thing that you looked at and felt like if it is of no worth that somebody else is using to make impact. So how do you discover yourself? Number 4, know your value. Ask yourself, what will I tolerate? What kind of life do I want to live? What matters most to me? What values, will protect my future? So what are some examples of these values? We have integrity, purity, honesty, faithfulness, respect, discipline, excellence. These are great values to keep as a girl, as a woman, as a mother. Then the next, number 5, is to know your standards. Standards are boundaries that protect your identity. When you know, you stop begging for acceptance, you stop chasing unhealthy love, and stop shrinking yourself to fit others. A woman with standards understands her worth. Your standards should affect your relationship, the kind of relationship you enter into, the kind of friendship you have. It should affect your communication, your lifestyle, and spiritual life. Listen to me, not everybody deserves access to your heart. Then number 6, it's important that you heal from your past wounds. The reason why some women have not been able to discover themselves is because they are trapped in pain. Past wound can, distort identity, So it's important that you must heal from that rejection, from that abuse, from that betrayal, from that failure, insecurity, and childhood pain. So what does healing help you to do? Healing helps you to see yourself correctly again. So do not build your identity around your wounds. That is not who you are. This number 7 is a very important one. Step ahead. A step ahead is for you to spend time alone with yourself. Many women are always surrounded by noise, but self-discovery requires a time of reflection, learning to sit quietly and ask yourself difficult questions. Journal your thoughts, write it down, pray, reflect, and think deeply about your life. So self-awareness grows in moments of reflection. Moments of reflection. Then number 8, stop complaining and stop comparing yourself to others. Comparison destroys identity. Your journey in life is different. Your timing is different. My timing and your timing is not the same thing. And your assignment is also different. God did not create you to copy another woman. Celebrate other women without what? Losing yourself. Celebrate other women without losing yourself. Then number 9, build confidence. The confidence factor. I would recommend the book by Joyce Meyer, The Confident Woman. Go and get that book. Confidence is not being arrogant. Confidence is knowing who you are, what you carry, and what God says about you. A confident woman does not need to compete for attention. A confident woman does not need a relationship, a husband, to be validated. Confidence grows when you keep your word, improve yourself, you heal emotionally, you work with God, and you use your gifts. I want you to know that using your gifts is not an option. Then protect your identity. Once you have discovered yourself, protect the identity, protect your mind, protect your purpose, protect your values, protect your peace and vision. Whether single or married, never abandon the woman God created you to be. Marriage should not destroy identity, and relationships should not erase your purpose. Marriage should not destroy identity, and relationships should not what? Erase your purpose. Now, let's look at what happens when a woman discovers herself. She walks differently because she no longer lives in what I call confusion. She carries peace because she is not desperate for validation. She becomes discerning and recognizes unhealthy people quickly. So she becomes purposeful and her life gains direction. So she attracts, what does she attract? She attracts healthier relationship because she knows her worth. So immediately you discover yourself, you will naturally gravitate to those who are going in the same direction with you, not those who want to shrink you, who will make you shrink. She becomes confident not because she's perfect, but because she knows who she is. Woman of God, I want you to know that discovering yourself is not an option. Discover yourself before losing yourself in the opinions of people. Many people talk because why? Talk is cheap. Do not spend your entire life becoming what others expect while neglecting who God created you to be. You are more than a relationship status. You are more than people's opinion. You are more than social media validation or external beauty. Okay, so what are you? You are a woman of purpose. You are a woman of value, vision, and destiny. Discover her, develop her, protect her, and become her. I'm happy that you went on this journey with me. This is a very short message for you. But I want to introduce to you my book, Becoming an Extraordinary Woman. It's a book that will change your life, that will bless you. If you need the book, please, I want you to go through the description and send me a WhatsApp message. It's just for a little token. You will have it. I'll send you the link for the book. Other books by me, Becoming a Woman of Purpose, knowing the kind of woman you want to be, choosing the kind of woman that you want to be, and a lot of them, a lot of the books, Getting Married Without Delay. I've written a lot of books, and I know that these books will be a blessing to your life. God bless you.